Welcome to the second episode of this mini 3-part series where I take old thrifted men's shirts and turn them into things I'll actually end up wearing. So last time I took this plain gingham button-up and made it into this Sandy Liang inspired shirt. Now for our second character, I have this beigey shirt with slight yellow tones and faint plaids. It has shorter sleeves, so we have a bit more limited options, but I'm going for something inspired by these Cecilie Bahnsen shirts with the different kinds of shaped shirring, and particularly this one with the bust-shaped shirring. I start by removing the pockets. For the back, I actually want to keep the buttons in the back. And the front I'm cutting on the fold. I attach the front and back together first at the shoulders, and then at the sides. Next, I tried to mark out the lines for the bust shaping curves by using my bra as a guide. Then drew in straight lines beneath, making sure to spread out about 3 centimeters between each row of gather sets, and about 0.5 centimeter in between the 2 lines of shirring. Before I actually started the whole shirring process, I decided to add in the sleeves first. I wanted a slight bit of puff, so I added in a small row of gathering stitches at the top and attached them back onto the bodice. I then hand wound a bobbin with elasticated thread and started sewing my straight rows of shirring, making sure to keep the fabric taut in between each line. After sewing in the straight shirring lines and then my first lines at the bust, I quickly realized that there was some weird puckering in the middle, which I also think was happening because of the order of construction that I made the lines in. So I actually decided to unpick all of the straight lines and tried to sew them with more of a curve towards the bust lines. I also tried to pull a bit less taut on the fabric to see if that made a difference. I don't think that this is the best idea to do, but I also ended up adding in some additional lines of shirring stitches. And on the second try, it was much better. The lines were definitely more wavy, but I honestly didn't hate it. I then added some gathering stitches at the neck to smooth out the front, which really helped the shaping of the front. Next, I cut out some strips of fabric to create a bias tape for the neckline, which I stitched together. Pressed down with my bias tape maker and attached right sides together to the neckline. I then snipped along the neckline to smooth it out. And then top stitch down. Now, because I believe that more is more, I wanted to add some fun details to this otherwise very beige shirt. So I decided to add an assorted mix of buttons to the back just for decorative purposes. And then we're done. This was my first time working with shirring, and I think I underestimated how hard it was to do this shaped bust sort of shirring. So I definitely unpicked a lot more times than it actually is shown in the video. It's not a perfect shirt, but I still enjoy wearing it and love the details of the buttons in the back. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.